My name is Allyson Green. I am a choreographer, a visual artist, a curator, and an educator. I'm in the position of the Dean of the Tisch School of the Arts at New York University, which is one of the top art schools in the country, with 17 departments in film and television, all the performing arts, all the emerging medias, 3,000 students, 2,000 faculty, so about 5,000 people. So it's like a small college, and a very amazing place to be. My career has been in visual art and film and television, but also predominantly my first love is dance and choreography. I began dancing as a child, and this will always be, I think I will dance till the end. As I get older, I find the older dance for myself. I had the opportunity to work with some fantastic choreographers in my professional career, and to also to tour the world with my own work in about 32 different countries. And in particular, I had the privilege of being sent by the embassy and the Trust for Mutual Understanding and something called the Suitcase Fund to East Central Europe in the 1980s. I was helping with the development of contemporary theater and dance. And so I was in East Germany, I was in Berlin, the wall came down, I was in Czechoslovakia, I was in the Velvet Revolution, I was in Yugoslavia with the war there, I was in the Baltics, all around here, as well as in Latin America and Brazil. And so a lot of travel. And it gave me an opportunity to understand the great privilege of being an artist, and to be able to make relationships with other artists in other countries has been a real blessing for me as a life and career. And in particular, one of these meetings was in a platform, a gathering in Bratislava in the 80s, is when I first met Olga Shitluina. And we began an exchange. She came to New York. I also came here, also in Tabalode as well. I was bringing back and forth. And we started to create some projects. I worked with dancers here. Some beautiful, my husband, Peter Terazakis, makes light installations, and we did it at Sessi's and at Jurmala, and also all over. And so I had the opportunity to see how Olga helped to shape with the Academy and with her work and with her company, which is about to have their 30th anniversary coming up, really plant the seeds for development of art here in a way that has been beautiful to watch. And other friends that I made during this time in the 80s and 90s, we all became arts leaders and educators. For myself, it was important. This time in America, many people were dying of AIDS, and also there were the revolutions that were happening in the world, and changes happening in the United States. And I made the determination that I didn't just want to create my own work, although I continued to do so, but that I wanted to educate as many artists as I could out into the world. In 1 year, in the 90s, I lost 30 friends in 1 year to AIDS. And that was when I determined that I would become not just a creator, but an educator. And now I'm just finishing my time as dean of the school. And I am proud to say, because they gave me a gift, that I have graduated 17,796 students in 11 years from the school. So I feel that I completed my mission of what I wanted to do in work, and now I have an opportunity for a sabbatical, and my first days of sabbatical is here for this beautiful time to dance. Laiks Dejot, like to feel coming back to how I began as an artist traveling, and to meet again with Olga and others. And I was struck by, in watching the performances, that I was seeing artists from Japan, and I worked with Yoshiko Chuma, and she had gone and helped, made a connection to the choreographer here. And Bucharest, Romania, where I worked with Cosmin Manolescu, and there's a family here from there. And Czech Republic, and I had been there, and Slovenia, where I performed Ljubljana, and I thought how remarkable it was in this moment to see the, when you're a teacher, you throw the seeds and you don't know where the garden will blossom. And I've had many amazing teachers and colleagues and friends. And so there was something very special at this moment for me in my life to come and see, what's growing now, and to see what the work is. Because I remember in those days, in the early days, improvisation was new. Contact improvisation was new. I was just speaking to one of the women about, I remember very specifically the moment in Bratislava working with beautiful dancers, but they were ballet dancers and they did not want to go to the floor. And like to see this shift, and now, they're incredible contemporary work of the many teachers that were coming into the area. And it strikes me that even this week, there's so much trouble in the world once again. I feel somehow like full circle to what life was like then, and how we seem to be back again to this moment. And I find hope and courage in that always the artists will make their work. Always the artists create. Always the artists connect and collaborate. And the feeling you have of this festival in particular that is so beautiful, I think, is the theme of the family. So you're seeing parents with their children and moving, and I'm thinking to myself, and that was very particularly beautiful to me, to see the care that was happening with them. Will these children become artists? Will they change their mind and be quantum physicists? We don't know. But they're getting something very special, of a kind of a way to experience the world, how they listen, how they hear, how they look, how they see, how they trust, how they connect. And I think this is, as one of my favorite authors, Toni Morrison, says, this is precisely the time that artists get to work. There is no time for self-pity, no time for despair. This is how civilizations heal. And so in this moment, even today, where I know a lot of things are happening back in the United States, even on this day, I thought how lucky I am to once again be with artists and to see them connect and heal the world.